Welcome to VM Wealth Client Portal. Here's how it works. Step 1. Navigate to the VMWM Client Portal registration page and select Register Here to begin the process. Step 2. Complete the registration by entering the relevant information in the fields requested. Step 3. Once the relevant fields have been completed, review and accept terms and conditions. Select the Register button to submit the information entered. An email will be sent to the indemnified email address on file at VMwealth. Step 4. Access email and retrieve the email vmwealth-no-reply at myvmgroup.com to verify the email address and complete the registration process. Step 5. Click on the link in the email to validate your email address. The client will be redirected to the VMwealth client portal. Step 6. Click on Back to sign in to gain access to the portal. Register now.
Ever wondered how much you're paying in fees? At VMBS, it's no or low. Monthly account maintenance fee, free. Multilink ABM transactions, free. In-store debit purchases, free. Dormant account charges, free. Cash or check deposit, free. Online banking transfers, free. So many more transactions, free. And if you ever wondered about that account you used to have at VMBS, well, once a member, always a member. If you had an account with us, you still do, and no fees are applied to your balance, so your money remains intact, perhaps even earning interest. At VM, your savings matters.
Welcome to another mutually inclusive town hall meeting hosted by the VM Group. The special objective of this meeting, this town hall meeting this evening, is to update our members on the proposed restructuring of the VM Group. Now, you've heard about this, many of our members have heard about this proposed restructuring in previous annual general meetings. I know we spoke about it last year in 2021 and as far away as 2020. Well, we're pleased to say that we have received the approval of the Bank of Jamaica to proceed with this restructuring. We're hoping to achieve three main objectives. Firstly, to convert the building society, VM Building Society, into a proprietary building society, to preserve the mutuality rights of our members by establishing a mutual holding company. And we wish to conform, of course, with the Banking Services Act. So to tell us about this restructuring this evening is our Group Legal, Compliance and Risk Officer and Corporate Secretary, Ms. Kerry Brown. And I'm also happy to welcome my usual co-host, the effervescent Denise Williams. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you, and welcome to everyone. Okay, so at this point in time, we just want to say, thank you for joining us, as the President and CEO said, for the mutually inclusive town hall session. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, you are our reason for being here. We are very grateful that you've turned up. We can see you online, that you're here. We're very grateful to our members and clients in the audience for being here with us. It's an important day today. A lot is going to be shared with you today, and you are going to be absolutely elated about what is going to be shared by the leaders. But before we do anything, before we have any conversations around that, I'm going to invite my colleague, Mr. Tariq Monroe, to just open for us in prayer. Tariq, over to you.
Thank you, Denise. Let us bow our heads. Dear Lord, we want to thank you for bringing us together today. We'd like to thank you for VM Group. Over 140 years, we have been transforming lives. We'd like to thank you for our leadership, our team members, past, present, and those to come. We'd like to ask that you rally us around the cause this evening of our restructuring, group restructuring, so that we can see the benefits and we can benefit from what is to come from this exercise. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Tariq. All right, so
I think we're now going to share a brand story commercial.
yes, absolutely. Please go ahead, team.
Dreaming is the language of our land. Ambition is knitted into our people. Pride rushes through our veins. And where we are planted, we grow. Transforming with every breath, with every little dream. VM. We are written in this land, the biggest little dot in the world, the land of big dreams and laughter. We know your voice, your song. We have been here, written into the landscape. Our journey is the journey of our people. We've come a long way together. Our wins are our people's wins. You are one quota full basket people. And when it was heavy, we helped you carry it. Together, we have transformed fears into dreams. Dreams into houses. Houses into homes. Homes into memories. Memories of people writing themselves into this landscape. We are in the business of possibilities and know-how. From remittances, real estate services, pensions management, investment services, business and corporate solutions, savings and loans. We are doing the work so we work better with you. We are a strong, integrated group. You are written in our story. That's what makes us a mutual. VM. We are our people's people. We know how important your dreams are to you. So no matter where you are on the globe, our expert and caring team is ready to deliver innovative financial solutions that you deserve. And we will continue to stand with you. First steps, first loves, first jobs. We know that this and this might be new, but our commitment to you remains the same. VM Group. When you grow, we grow.
Transform your everyday.
VM Group. Transform your everyday.
Welcome back. Well, as I said earlier, the VM Group has developed a new corporate restructuring plan a corporate ownership restructuring plan, and it's supported by a court-sanctioned scheme of arrangement. Share with us details of this court-sanctioned scheme of arrangement and the overall restructuring plan and how it will impact you, our members, is our Group Chief Legal Compliance and Risk Officer and Corporate Secretary, Kerry Gay Brown. Now, Kerry Gay will take us through a detailed presentation, after which we will invite questions from you, our members, online, and we are pleased to say we do have some members present with us in the banking hall of our beautiful Halfway Tree branch. So I now invite Kerry Gay to share that presentation with us.
Thank you, Courtney. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking time to join me today in this presentation. So I'll be taking you through a presentation that outlines a new group corporate structure for VMBS. The background to this presentation is that in 2014, the Banking Services Act was introduced as a new law which regulates VMBS as a financial institution. And we have an obligation to our members to ensure that we're in full compliance with the law at all times. So we reviewed the legislation, looked at the requirements that has been introduced under this legislation, and it requires us to introduce a new corporate structure. So currently, VMBS is the parent company. It is a member company, and it owns a number of subsidiaries. And within this structure, we now have to look at the introduction of what is called a holding company, where that holding company has oversight for all the financial entities within the VM group. I'm going to look at the guiding principles that we use in coming up with the structure, the implementation process for this new structure, the outcomes, and the role that members are being requested to play in this very important change for VMBS. So in this new structure, we will implement a new ownership structure. The financial regulations in Jamaica continue to change, and we want to be compliant with this new structure. So what are the guiding principles governing the change? As a mutual organization, we want to ensure that our members continue to own VMBS, the group, and the subsidiaries, and continue to deliver the benefits. So while we will introduce a financial holding company, we will also ensure that the members' rights are preserved and they continue to reap the full benefits of a mutual organization. So this new structure requires us to introduce 3 new companies. The first company that sits on top of the group will be the VM Group. It will be owned by all the members. The purpose of this company is to ensure that members' rights and benefits are fully preserved and that members continue to reap the full benefits that they now have as members of VMBS. The next company below that will be a financial holding company, the VM Financial Group. This group will focus on the full range of financial services provided within VM, and these services include your building society, it will include your securities dealers and investment or pension services or money transfer services or UK operations. We will continue to hold these along with our insurance offerings that we do through BCIC within a financial group. Our members also benefit from non-financial services that support your financial goals, such as property services, where we do valuations and we do project management. And also we have a fintech company, VM Innovations. So on that side of the chart, you will see that the VM Innovations will be a holding company to continue to provide those types of services to our members. So in this construct, the VM Financial Group will be licensed and regulated by the Bank of Jamaica. It is a requirement under the Banking Services Act that the financial group hold a license as a financial holding company, and VMBS will continue to have a license as a deposit-taking institution. So it will also regulate VMBS, BOJ will continue to regulate VMBS, and they've introduced another level of supervisory oversight through the financial group. So the VM group at the top of the structure will focus on the members and its benefits. It will direct the strategic role of the other financial companies. So it will ensure that your services from the pension, investment, your day-to-day deposit taking, banking services are properly delivered to our members and in accordance with our strategic plans that we share at our annual general meeting. We will then account to our members on how we execute this. The financial group, the VM Financial Group, will provide the full suite of financial products and services so that you will continue to benefit from the introduction of new products. We introduce new products such as auto loans. We're introducing credit cards shortly. That is coming out. And so as we continue to roll out, these will be part of the full financial products that come from the VM Financial Group from your various SBUs there, which would include VMBS, VM Wealth, pensions. VM Innovations is the holding company that will provide support services to our group, and they will look for opportunities for growth. They will be leading our technology-based products so that we can deliver the services to you in a more efficient and timely manner. So the strength of the VM group, where our members will see the full benefits, will include savings and loans, investments, pensions, remittance, insurance, commercial lending in the UK, where we serve our UK markets. And that will ensure that we have a sound, competitive, and diverse group with a diverse product offering to meet your different demands. On the member benefits side, through the various offerings across the group, you'll continue to receive member benefits with no or low fees, higher saving rates, attractive products, and lower lending rates. Those are the benefits that will be streamed down to the members. And the VM group will have oversight responsibility for ensuring that these benefits are streamed down to our members. So members will be able to access the benefits and products across the group, and will continue to experience our innovation through our technology, where you can have your online services and access the services through online-based platforms. And we will be ensuring that the group offers greater efficiencies in delivering these services and products to you. So, as a result of this restructuring, our existing services will not be impacted. Our VMBS rep offices overseas will remain open. They will continue to offer their existing services to all members. All our VMBS branches in Jamaica will continue to provide all the existing services. Your savings will be intact and will be readily available to you, either in branch or through our online platform. And we will continue to provide new products and services to meet your needs. So the process that we undertook to achieve this new structure required us first to consult with the Bank of Jamaica. So we proposed to the Bank of Jamaica that we would implement a structure that preserves mutuality. That is the VM group. We would meet the Banking Services Act requirements by introducing the financial holding company and a holding company to manage the technology and other related activities. With that process, the Bank of Jamaica gave us their approval. However, because this is a fundamental change for VMBS, we have to go to the court and demonstrate to the court that we're in full compliance with the Banking Services Act and that we recognize the rights of our members to make a decision on this process. And we were successful in that court application yesterday, July the 5th. The court approved us convening a special meeting, and this meeting is called a scheme meeting. It is called a scheme meeting because there are a number of companies within the VM group, and we are actually changing the ownership of these companies and moving them into a financial holding company. So it is a scheme meeting for members to examine that scheme. Those documents will be published during the course of this week and next week for members to have that information at their fingertips to have a look at it. The meeting, the notice of the meeting will go out. We have fixed a date for the 9th of August where we will present all the details to you, further details, and we will request your vote at that meeting. Once the members vote at that meeting, we will then report to the court the outcome of the meeting, the matters that were decided, and the court will give a final approval for the implementation of the new structure. And the purpose of this scheme is to ensure that we implement a structure that is tax efficient. So because we're changing the ownership, we want to ensure that we're not exposed to any additional tax liability. And through the scheme of arrangement, we will be able to make this change in a tax efficient manner. So the role of our members is very important. Once we issue the notice of the meeting, we're inviting our members to attend in person or online. So we're allowing flexibility for you to participate in person or online or through a proxy. A proxy is a form where you can elect someone to attend on your behalf and vote at the meeting on the matters that are going to be presented for the new corporate structure for the implementation of the financial holding company and the implementation of the mutual holding company. So we're asking you to look out for the notices. It will be in the media. It will be posted on our website. We will have information in our branches to assist you. And we're asking you to please attend the meeting so we can vote on this very important proposal. So our date for the meeting, as indicated, is August 9th, having received approval from the court yesterday. So we will be rolling out the various notices. Once we have met all the requirements stipulated by the court, that is convening the meeting, putting the resolutions to the members for voting, and we have received the support of the members, we will report to the court, and then the next step would be to implement the new structure. This new structure will take approximately 12 months to be fully operational because we also have to apply to the Bank of Jamaica for the financial holding company license. However, during this process, it will not impact our operations and it will not impact the services and products that you need to access. You will be able to come into the branches and we'll be open in our normal hours. So it is more of an administrative legal process that we're going to be implementing in a way that it will not impact our day-to-day operations. So that's my presentation for today.
Thank you very much.
I'm open for questions at this time.
Okay, excellent presentation, Kerry. As we wait on the questions, I just wanted to find out, I'm sure our members and clients want to know this, right? With this restructuring, what does it mean for the SBUs across the group? Does it mean that we can look forward to more things happening? I am bubbling with joy for this change, but I just wanted us to just really expand on that. For the SBUs across the group, what does this mean? It seems as if we've opened the doors to
Okay, so for the
fantastic things.
SBUs across the group, it means...
What are SBUs?
Strategic Business Unit. Thanks for that question. The subsidiaries of our group.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks for the question.
right. So our subsidiaries are, I'll just remind everyone, Victoria Mutual Wealth Management Limited, Victoria Mutual Investments Limited, which is listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange as a publicly traded company. We have the VMBS Money Transfer Services, which does remittance. We have the Victoria Mutual Pensions Management Limited, which offers pension services, and also an ARS, which is an approved retirement scheme for persons who are not part of a pension plan. If you're self-employed, you can create your own pension plan through VM Pensions. And we have our UK company, the Victoria Mutual Finance Limited, and we have Victoria Mutual Building Society, which is also an SBU because of the importance that the deposit taking and banking services play within the group. So for the group restructuring, what this means is that the entities will all be supported by a financial holding company dedicated to ensuring that each entity achieves their targets and they're able to serve their respective clients and members and deliver the products and services that they require. So that will be the role, and to ensure that there's financial stability within each separate entity, making the group a stronger group for our members.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, thanks, Kerry. So some questions. 16
VMBS
16
branches.
VMBS branches. Okay, the exam time. So let's start. So we're starting, we're in one of our locations now, halfway tree. And members and clients, feel free to help me. Duke Street, New Kingston, Portmore, Santa Cruz, Fairview, Montego Bay,
Market Street.
Falmouth, I'm leaving out.
Spanish Town,
Linstead, Maypen,
Mandeville,
UTEC,
Ligani, which one? Sav.
I think
We got all
I think
16?
we have accounted for 60.
I'm
Yes.
going to give you a token of appreciation for asking that question, sir.
And we have 2 representative offices in the U.S., one in Florida and one in New York, and we have 3 locations in the U.K.
Okay, so we do have some questions.
Yes.
We're going to take some questions now. If it's okay with you, I'd like to take those online, that came in online,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to those of
In
you
the
who are
audience,
here with us.
yeah.
So the first online question is, what number of votes are required for approval?
We need 75% of the members present at the meeting voting in support of the scheme. So it's a 75% threshold.
So if 100 people attend,
Yes.
we need 75.
Correct.
So it's a percent that
Yes.
really matters. When will you announce the results? I imagine the results of the vote.
Yes, the results of the vote, because it will be by a poll where we have to take cards and our auditor has to confirm, will be available within 2 business days after the meeting.
Okay, great.
So we're going to have our auditors on site to be able to validate the votes and take them in, recount, and to produce an official report.
Excellent. What time is the meeting
On the 9th
on the 9th of August?
We are estimated to have the meeting at 3 p.m. We want to allow persons to be able to conduct their business and be free in the afternoon so you can plan better and be able to attend.
Okay, and the fourth question online
fourth one?
is,
Okay.
I was under the impression that the VM Group was the umbrella and a holding company.
Okay, so let me address that. The VM Group is a name that we use to describe all the subsidiaries together. The subsidiaries are currently all owned by VMBS. That is not in compliance with the Banking Services Act at this time, and therefore it needs to be owned by a financial holding company that does not carry out any form of activities except focused on each member within the VM within the financial group to ensure that they operate in accordance with their mandate and they deliver the services. So what we're doing is taking those companies out of VMBS, and VMBS in fact will become a subsidiary itself on the same level with all the other companies and reporting into the financial holding company. And on top of the financial holding company, we will report to you, our members, through the VM group.
Great. So just to repeat, the VMBS is currently the holding company, and that's what we're trying to change through this exercise.
Yes.
Will the group expand to apply and receive a general banking license? I think by that we mean a commercial banking license.
And no, we do not need a banking license. We will continue to hold our deposit-taking license. Through our deposit-taking license, we have been able to expand our products and services, because you would have seen that after the Banking Services Act came into effect, we started offering auto loans, which we were not allowed to do before. But the Banking Services Act gives us that scope that we do not have to go for a commercial banking license. And also, we'd like to offer to our members to continue to have the option of diversity to participate in a type of entity that allows you to own that entity, as opposed to a commercial bank, which is held by a small group of shareholders. So we want to ensure that there's diversity in the financial sector, and so we are not looking for a banking license.
And to be clear, members, if you think about it, given what has happened under the Banking Services Act and the wider scope that we're now allowed in terms of product offerings, the only product that we do not currently offer is that of a checking account. And I would ask you, how many of you are using checks? When was the last time you wrote a check? So basically, and we'll be introducing credit cards shortly. I'll shortly show you my VM credit card. Right? In fact, let me do that now. Right? Why delay? I'm going to go to Mr. George Weber. Mr. Weber, you're coming up next.
Yeah.
But please have a look, everyone, at my VM credit card. You will all be holding one soon. Right? This is a VM. Isn't it the most beautiful credit card around? I think so. So on that note, we'll go to Mr. George Weber for his question.
Mr. Weber?
Mr. Weber? Yeah.
All right, so while we wait on Mr. Weber, he's on?
He's on, but he's muted. Mr. Weber, you're muted. Yeah.
His mic is muted.
Oh dear.
Please unmute. Yes, I think you're okay now. Good.
Yeah, I think someone asked him a question with regard to what happens in the unlikely event that the 75% threshold is not met.
Well, we will have a significant challenge because we would be in breach of the Banking Services Act. We may have to convene another meeting to get the members to support this, because yes, the Bank of Jamaica has accepted a proposal that we can implement, but this has to be supported by our members, and therefore we stand the risk of being in breach of the Banking Services Act, and that is a matter for the Bank of Jamaica to look at and determine what will happen in that regard. But we will definitely have to ensure that we're able to come into full compliance with the law.
Okay. Let me take a question from the audience present with us. Mr. Could you say your name, sir? Mr. Copeland. Yeah. Very good. You've been with VM for 70 years?
70 years.
That deserves a round of applause.
Yes, I've been here. We've attended several meetings here. I mean, I was even a speaker at one of them years ago, We started with a little office just over there.
Well, thanks for your business, sir.
Second.
Good.
We've been with you over 70 years now.
Good.
So we do the ordinary banking, and we're in wealth as well,
Sure.
Invest in wealth. So,
Excellent. Thanks.
so we've been doing okay, Sometimes, we have some problem really, between dealing with the wealth side and dealing with the banking side, the ordinary banking side. But, Joy Hughes is my good friend over Portmore.
Okay.
Always sort things out.
Good.
So, we have a very good working relationship. We started here donkey years ago. Two of us gave speech, me and another lady here when we so thank you for your wonderful service, and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for your business.
Oh, yes.
Good.
So I'll pass this on now. Somebody else. This is my wife, by the way.
Hi, Mrs. Copeland.
Mrs. Copeland,
Hi,
thanks
Mrs.
for coming.
Copeland.
40-year veteran at BRJ.
All right. And how many years veteran as Mrs. Copeland? All right, you won't say.
A pleasant good afternoon.
Yes.
I'm Sean Thorpe from UTEC, Jamaica, and I bank with the VMBS family, not as long as Mr. Copeland. I won't compete with him. But I wanted to ask something about your presentation with respect of the restructuring.
Yes.
You talk about VM innovation.
Yes.
I would like for you to elaborate some more on that. I'm really a techie, and I'm trying to figure out if it is tech innovation or innovation in the context of the products and services that you're offering in terms of the line that you have for customers. That's one. Which is a spin-off of this very specific question. You talk about these other entities in the UK and the US and so on. So is it that VM in this whole restructuring will allow me to buy real estate, not just local to Jamaica, but outside of Jamaica, such that, you have this differentiator in the market. And I don't have to collateralize, properties I own in Jamaica to buy foreign property. I want to figure out if that is a part of any of the product suites that you're offering at this time when you restructure. I'll leave it there for now.
Can I start with the VM Innovations? Okay, so currently VM Innovations serves the group of companies within VMBS because it is not a financial entity, and we have to do that at this time to ensure that we're in compliance. So once we restructure, that company will be able to extend its technology offering in terms of whether it be platforms, types of services that it offers in fintech. We will be able to do that in a different way than we currently do right now. So it gives us the opportunity to grow. It gives us the opportunity for diversity without being constrained by financial regulations applicable to a financial group. Okay? But at this point in time, I can't give you any details on the specific products and services, but you will see them out shortly. In relation to opportunities overseas, we have always had a plan to look at expansion and growth, and this will be part of the agenda going forward. As to your specific request about real estate, before we can embark upon that, we have to do the market research. We have to get all the information together and assess the market, the viability of it. I won't say, no, we're not going to do it, but we look at ideas and we assess these ideas and opportunities for investments.
I do have some proposals, so I'll come and talk with you guys about it.
Okay.
Explore that as a member.
Okay, certainly.
So we want to test whether or not we've been listening, right? So we have a quick question. You can answer in the chat or you can answer from the audience. What is the date? What is the date of the special meeting that we're going to have, right? Kerry has said it several times. So that is the question. I see your hand. I'm gonna get the answer from you, and then you can answer online. In the meantime, we have so many questions here, so we want to move on to the other question, and we're looking for the answers online.
And just before we go to the other questions, would like to point out to our members that the other executives of the VM Group are also participating in this meeting. They're on the Zoom platform, so we will invite them to answer questions, some of the questions as appropriate. And so, should I now go to the question?
Please do.
Sure. So, one question is, any opportunities for the VM Group to branch out to the Canadian market? I'm going to ask Peter Reed, who is CEO of the Building Society Operations and the rep offices, overseas representative offices, report to Peter. Peter, would you like to take that question? Any opportunities for the VM Group to branch out to the Canadian market? It's Peter.
Yes, I take that question, Courtney.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, great. As several members will be aware, we once had a rep office in Canada which we closed several years ago. And what we found is that every market operates differently. The Canadian market is quite unique in that it likes to operate, it's self-directed for the most part. That's a very digital perspective. They like to work online and they're pretty much self-directed. They want consultations, but they will do that online. So opening a physical office in Canada would be not the most efficient way to serve that market. We continue to have meetings and visits in Toronto. We have 1 or 2 persons on the ground there. So we will continue to operate like that, primarily remotely with occasional visits for town halls or what they call sales surgeries. And that we have found to be a very effective way in serving that market. And you have to remember, Canada is a very big country, so what you're talking about is really Toronto, the province of Ontario, as opposed to where the concentration of Jamaicans are.
Thank you very much, Peter. Now a question online from Mr. Reynard Henry. Reynard, please go ahead. Unmute your mic, please, so we can hear.
For job losses, any job losses?
Pardon me?
Any job?
Any,
No.
Any job losses?
No job losses.
no job losses. This
is a legal framework for us to hold the companies. I indicated earlier that all our branches will continue to operate. All products and services will be available to you. This is not about job losses. It's about compliance with the applicable laws as to how we can continue to offer our products and services to you. So no job losses.
Certainly not as a result of this particular exercise. All right, let's go to and take another question from Mary Chambers.
Yes. I had also put my question in the chat. What I want to know when you're having a meeting, will be allowed to
Sorry, Mary, I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
I heard her.
You're coming across a little muffled. Could you?
Voting virtually is the question.
Okay.
Could you restart? Okay.
I was asking if we'll be allowed to vote virtually.
Yes.
Okay.
What we have a system that will allow you to log in. Your invitation that you receive will give you your login credentials. The resolution will be posted on the screen for you. It will tell you how to vote. You will click and vote, and your vote will be recorded.
And that will be included in the
Does that include?
That will be included in the
Yes, yes. So we received authorization to have in-person and online at the same time. So we have a platform. If you joined us in the last AGM, that AGM was conducted online and it allowed for voting, and it is the same platform that will be utilized. If you joined the Victoria Mutual Investments Limited AGM in May of this year and last year, that platform was also utilized for online voting. So we do have experience with utilizing that platform, recording the votes accurately, and allowing members to vote, and in the case of VMIL, the shareholders. So it has been in use for at least 2 AGMs.
Thank you very much, Kerry.
So the other question says, will there be general banking services like a current account? So we will continue to enjoy the general banking services, except we do not currently offer current accounts, and we will not be offering current accounts, because guess what? You can do your banking online, right? And anything that you could possibly do once the other party is online with you or not, once they have an account, it will, if it's funds that you're transferring, if it's a payment that you want to make, you can do it online. So current accounts have kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Faded away with time. It's obsolete. I didn't say it, you know.
One of our
members said it. Obsolete. So no longer necessary.
Tell me something. So when I walk up to a branch and say I want to draw X amount of money from my account, from my current account, that be impacted on my account?
Well, currently we don't have current accounts. You have savings accounts. So if you want, of course, your funds are always available.
You can withdraw in branch or with your card. Yes.
Well, you're correct. You're correct. It's the same benefit. I think what all the deposit-taking institutions are encouraging now. Yes. Yes. Right. So the most convenient way of conducting banking transactions now, regardless of what type of account, is using the electronic channels. If you need to have cash, you go to an ABN. You make some purchases at a merchant, supermarket, petrol station. You use your debit card to facilitate those purchases. If you wish to do a transfer, using online banking, or bill payments, you use the online banking or your mobile banking to facilitate those payments. That's the most convenient and the most secure way of conducting banking transactions in this time. Yes.
Cash, whatever you want. But they've changed that now. You can only get Jamaican currency through that drive-through. Before you could get any currency, US or sterling.
Right.
Through that drive-through. They've changed it now, and all you can get is Jamaican currency. And it was very, very, very helpful. We found it very helpful when we used to be able to get any one of the 3 currencies that we normally apply for.
Yeah.
Well, so I do not know why they do that.
Yes, I'm not sure the reason for that change. We could check on it.
Branch.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Let's check on that.
So
and we'll update
check on that for us and find out exactly why they discontinue, the currency on the Jamaica.
Sure, understood.
It was very helpful.
We'll check on it, Mr. Copeland, and update it.
Thank you.
Let me take some other questions now. Just going back to, good evening. After the restructure, what will the day-to-day operation look like for banking services? I think we covered that already. There are no operational changes that you should expect as a result of this restructuring. It is a legal restructuring. It's a legal change, nothing operational. Eartha Morris, this new structure seems to mirror the banking structure in the US. Was that intentional?
Okay, so let me respond to that. So our regulators in Jamaica apply banking standards, international banking standards, and there has been a movement internationally, not just in the US, for the creation of these holding companies. It is part of prudent risk management applicable to financial institutions. And so in Jamaica, our regulators want us to move to the international standards. So it will look like similar structures that you would see overseas, whether in the UK, the US, even outside, or even in Europe. So it is guided by a set of banking standards that apply internationally also.
Okay. Do we have another question from Carlton Allen? Carlton, please go ahead and ask your question. Thanks for joining us.
I'm having a problem with the sound. I'm not hearing you guys clearly at all.
Okay, sorry about that.
Very quiet. Just barely hearing you.
Really?
Okay. Well, we apologize for that. I'm sure you have tried to turn up the volume on your instrument.
Oh, yes, my volume is at maximum.
Okay. All right. Well, I think the only thing I could
speaker right up in my ears.
Right. The only thing I could suggest then is that after the event, I think we'll be having this on our YouTube channel, a recording.
Yes, we will be posting it after.
So we'll be posting it on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to suggest that you listen to that recording. I'm sorry about that.
Very sorry.
All right.
All right. So I can't participate anyway.
Sure, but if you do have a question, even if we believe we have addressed it, we will happily restate the information. So please post it in the chat, and we will provide the answer. Will you do that?
All right, sir.
Great. Reverend Harris? Sorry.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
2 questions.
Sure.
One is, what are the plans for more ATM machines around, even though that may not necessarily related to what we're talking about here? And 2, you had stated in your presentation about interest on our savings account. What percentage you're looking at, taking into consideration? I believe BOJ has some regulations where that is concerned. So if you could probably share with us how that would work.
Okay, so I would ask Mr. Reed to talk about the ATM. I mean, we do deploy ATMs across the network, and there is a plan to deploy them based on demand. So certainly the team does look at the coverage across. But remember, any ATM that you use is free of cost. Whether you go, free of cost. So you can use any...
Excuse me?
Yes,
that's
it's free.
Wonderful news to hear. So I'll wave my hands on that one.
So you can use any ATM and your fees are covered because you're a member of VMBS. Okay?
But when she said any ABM, she means any
ABM in Jamaica. Any ABM offered by anyone in Jamaica, it is covered by VMBS, free of cost to use.
As a part of your being a part of
And that is a member benefit that we give to each member directly. Okay? So if you ask me what's the ATM network again, what is it? The entire ATM network across Jamaica.
Can we just give ourselves a round of applause for that? That is
Which is, by the way,
awesome.
800 machines installed now. Right.
And they're all free to use.
Free. Right? As a benefit. Any other questions?
We had another question about the interest rates.
Sure.
I don't know if you could assist him or Peter. The interest rates.
On savings.
Interest rate on savings accounts?
Yes.
What the issue was? Sorry, please repeat for me.
In your presentation, it was mentioned that we'll be getting interest rate on our savings account. I was asking what percentage that
I see. So what Kerrigan presented is that we'll be preserving those mutuality benefits, such as higher than average savings on your interest rates rather on your savings account. Now, the rates differ according to the type of account and the balance on the account and so on. So remember, they're a tiered structure of interest rates. So it will be best for you to check with your local branch for them to explain the interest rate that will be applicable to your product and for your account. But what we're saying is that typically we provide our members with the benefit of offering interest rates that are on average greater than the similar account at other institutions.
I asked the question because I want to say that I've seen it for myself, and I want to applaud VM for that.
Oh, thank you very much. Good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for sitting with us so that you can give that testimony. A question from Velma Wright. Thank you, Velma, for this question. What about Canopy? What about the Canopy insurance?
Ongoing.
What would you like to hear about Canopy? It's offered through a partnership with Canopy Insurance. It's a life insurance policy. Denise, would you like to speak about it?
It's a life insurance policy for the family, and I think up to 5 persons can be covered under that plan. And the last time I looked at it, the premium was as low as $389. So we definitely have a lot of details on that offering. But when we say to you, we take you full circle, we actually went into this relationship because we wanted to be able to, God forbid, something happens and you're not around to take care of your family. At least we have this insurance plan that is not too costly, right? That can help to support your family in your absence. And so when we were working it out, we worked it out to the lowest we could possibly get it so that Canopy would say yes and not say, what is VM talking about? With membership, you and this membership thing, VM. But guess what? They worked out something for us, for our members, so that up to $389 you're able to pay in premium. Don't quote me exactly on the amount, but I know it's in the 300s, and I'm almost sure it's $389, right? So I don't know of any other insurance company right now that has that kind of offering, and it's simply because of how we approach the business that we are here to take care of the financial well-being of our members and clients, and also their children. Can I just add something real quickly? Sure. As we speak to the children, Courtney, I have to mention this, that the scholarship program, which is a benefit offered by the VM Group, scholarship at the university level, tertiary level, and at the primary, well, moving from prep to prime to high school level, we have a scholarship program now, right? And we've had it for some time now. It expires, not expires. The program closes on July 22nd. So I'm asking that if you have not yet applied and you're heading into a tertiary program, apply now. It closes, application closes on the 22nd of July. If you have children going into high school, you apply for that scholarship, you may get it. I mean, I'm not gonna quote numbers now, but I mean, it's open for you. If your friend or family member does not have an account with the VM Group now and opens an account tomorrow, he or she can also benefit from that scholarship. So I'm putting that out there. We're looking at up to $450,000 at the tertiary level, and at the primary prep into high school, $50,000. Now I'm sure that is helpful, right, to a lot of persons out there. So just putting that out there because I didn't want to forget.
Okay, great.
Right?
Thank you very much, Denise.
Sure.
So, Sean, we have lots of questions online. I'm going to take a question from Sean, and then let's give some very, very concise answers to the other questions.
Sure.
All right?
So a quick 2-point here. One, as you expand your digital footprint and to allow us to be online, are you looking at cyber insurance in some form as it relates to how we handle the transactions online? Because cybersecurity, as you know, is a major problem. And as a customer, as a member, I would want to know what provisions, are the entities putting in place to ensure that that is happening in a significant way as you look to do your restructuring. That's one. Now, whilst you say restructuring is a legal requirement that you're putting in place for the entity, as a member, I would love to also appreciate how your restructuring is demonstrating to me what is the strategic footprint for the various products and services over the next 5 years that you want to offer me as a customer. I traditionally walk in branch and keep looking at products that you're offering to see if there's anything that interests me, which is good to come in and walk in. But what would be great is that you have like a 1-year, 2-year projection of some of the products, especially if, for a long-term investor like myself trying to look at the scope of the market. I think these are things as you think about your restructuring. So it's good you're doing a legal requirement restructuring, but restructuring in terms of my portfolio, my financial portfolio, and how you can help me optimize the type of returns that I actually can get in the medium to long term.
Okay.
So I'll leave you with that.
Okay, and he's left us with that.
Okay, so we're going to take some questions. Sorry.
Okay, so for cybersecurity, our insurance coverage is based on our operations. So the banking services that we offer and our operations are fully insured at the relevant levels. So cybersecurity is part of that insurance coverage.
All right. All right, so we have lots of questions. Here's what I'm going to do. May I take the questions three each time? Three questions each time. And then I will ask the relevant executives to answer. And then we'll go to another set of three. All right? Okay. So first question, can overseas members apply for VM credit cards? I'm going to ask Peter to answer that. And then it never hurts to spell out the implications of not supporting this well-thought-out solution that will preserve all that's great about our wonderful VM group. I think that's a comment. So, so thank you. Okay, so in fact, I think Kerrigan, we're being asked to spell out the implications of not supporting. Yes. So I'll ask you to do that. And then when will VMBS convert the debit card to Visa or MasterCard so that customers can complete international payments overseas? For example, Netflix. I know that must be a Netflix fan. So I'm going to ask Peter to answer the question on overseas members applying for credit cards, as well as the conversion of the debit card. And then Kerrigan, but before that, Kerrigan will answer the question on the implications for not supporting this vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
before you go, can't you get some of this information from your branch?
Yes, you'll be able to. But we're sharing it now for those who are online. Yes, that's correct. Yes, it will be. Go ahead, Kerry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the implication is that currently VMBS is not in compliance with the Banking Services Act. If we are, regulators have the right to impose sanctions when you are not in compliance. And there are a range of sanctions that they can impose. So what we have done, we have been proactive. We went to the regulators and we said to them, we know the law requires us to change. Here are our plans to change. Can you bless them? So, having blessed them, and we have said to them, we want to preserve our members' rights and benefits, we have put forward the best plan that meets the regulatory requirement and meets our members' rights and benefits. So, it is really in the hands of the members to accept our humble recommendation to change, failing which we will have to deal with the consequences of non-compliance with the law. That is essentially where we stand on this. But in looking at the structure, we wanted to ensure that you did not lose any benefits or lose any rights, that you were fully preserved in this change process.
Great, thank you very much, Kerry. And then Peter, would you want to take the two questions on overseas members with credit and then the conversion of debit?
Yes, so overseas members will be able to apply for a credit card just like how they apply for loans now. So it's a simple process. We'll work it out, and they'll make their applications just as how they do for mortgages. In terms of international debit, we are planning to start the work for international debit later this month. We've already started, but really to get into a program, a project there model to deliver an international debit by first quarter next year.
Thank you, Peter. That's the target. Thank you. Does VM have any smart ABMs? Yes, we do, right? All the ABMs installed at our branches are what we call IABMs, right? Intelligent ABMs. There's one beautiful, two in this halfway tree branch, right? What are some of the products the VM Innovation Group will be looking into? Maurice Barnes, are you online, CEO of VM Innovations? Maurice? And then I'm going to ask Maurice to answer that. And are we moving from a building society to a full banking service? I think we have answered that already, but I'm going to ask Kerry to just repeat the answer.
No,
Yes.
we will continue to be a building society with full banking services. We are not moving to a bank. We will be a building society and offer you more products, more services.
What are the plans to provide ease
of use.
ease of use for foreign currency accounts, such as a debit card that allows withdrawal or deposits? I think that was just answered by Peter when he spoke to the international debit. So that project has been initiated, and we're hoping that by the first half of next year, we will be live with it. Can I get a mortgage loan if I'm a member for less than a year? Answer is yes. And also, do I get the benefits for the ICA for home if I'm a member for less than a year, where the benefits may be less if you have not saved for as long as that, right?
Right.
Denise, can you confirm? Yeah.
And then the other question says,
There are presently no VMBS ATM machines on Old Harbor Road. Will that be attended to soon? Thanks for that advice. That's free consultancy. We will seek to pay attention. We believe that we do have a machine in the VMTS location in Old Harbor, the VMTS Money Express Center.
but in the meantime, though,
Yes.
if there's a need to get some funds from your account, remember that you can use any ABM machine that's available to you. It's at no charge to you. We pay that for you as a member benefit, as one of your benefits, right? So don't worry about that right now, too tough. We're trying to increase the numbers, but it also has to make sense for you as well in terms of from the business space, right? So right now, remember, you have access to every other bank's ABM free of cost. We pay those fees for you.
Okay. Is Maurice Barnes online now? Maurice?
His mic isn't working.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll answer. I think I'll focus my answer on the product that was launched a few weeks ago by VM Innovations, PropMan. It's a really powerful solution for property owners. It's a strata and community management platform. And I've just invite you to check that website. Do we have the name of the details of that website? We'll get it posted for you in the chat so that you'll see the details about PropMan, and we'll probably run that video for you before the end of the session.
It's the same My VM Group website,
Right.
and they just go to the SBU page. And I'm sure there's going to be exciting things coming out regarding PropMan, considering the change that's going to make to that entire space for Jamaica.
Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah, Maurice has just posted this chat. It's in the chat.
Okay.
PropmanWeb.com.
PropMan, thank you very much, Janice, our CFO. PropmanWeb.com. So please, all members, we invite you to right now, go on your search engine, PropmanWeb.com. Everybody, Mr. Thorpe, you getting that? PropmanWeb.com. And that's the first solution launched by VM Innovations. And if you like it, then you'll be able to look forward to other fintech and prop tech products to come in the future. We'll leave it there. What will be the interest rate on credit cards? Mr. Reed?
It will be lower than the current market rates of other bank cards that are on the market.
Okay. All right, that's another member benefit that Mr. Reed is delivering to you. Interest rate on credit cards that will be lower than the other credit cards in the market. With the restructuring, will there be job creation? Well, we expect that if we have a group that's stronger and in a better position to grow, that over time, as we grow, we will create more jobs, but not immediately, because what this is really about is ensuring that we're legally compliant. as a follow-up to the cybersecurity conversation, where are we moving with other technologies such as remote deposits? Well, I think what I'd say there is that a few years ago we developed and approved a very forward-looking, robust digital transformation strategy that's a central part of how we have been operating over the past few years. We have been executing well on it. That's why we have upgraded our online banking. That's why we have introduced a really very customer-friendly mobile app. That's why in wealth management, we now have all your statements available online. We have done the same with pensions management. We have said to the remittance customers to utilize our direct-to-account service. So that's all part of delivering greater convenience to our members, and we have executed well on that. There are some other things that we plan to do, such as facilitating online account opening, right? And in fact, we're doing that now for members who would wish to just to have an account with only their name on it, right? At this point. But by the end of this year, into early next year, we'll be able to open online accounts for joint account holders, not only with the Building Society, but in wealth management and in VM pensions and so on. So you should look forward to further improvements such as that. That's just one example of the continued work that we'll be doing with our digital. And in fact, when you apply for your VM credit cards, you'll be pleased with the online access that you have with that as well, right? Quick question regarding the Attractive Scholarship Program. Are there any scholarships available for children of members who are domiciled outside of Jamaica?
If they're attending school outside of Jamaica, no.
No,
They're-
okay.
It's limited to attending school in Jamaica.
Okay. So we hope you heard that. It's limited to those who are attending school in Jamaica. What qualifications from Sasheen Gordon? What qualifications do you need to get a VM Group Visa credit card? Well, I think we have some different types of credit cards. And Peter, would you want to give some general guidance on that? What the qualifications for? Yeah.
It's the same as getting any loan for it. It's an income driven process and the ability to repay, credit score, the criteria that usually goes into a credit card.
Right. So it's based, as Peter says, on your income, your credit score, and so on. All right? And can overseas members purchase insurance for their family members living in Jamaica? That's a canopy question.
All right. Courtney, I love how you look at me for the canopy question. All right. So what I'm going to do in relation to that particular question is place the response in this chat in relation to the overseas members. I'm not thinking of an issue, but we'll definitely ensure that we get a response on that. I just want to ensure that I respond based on what we hear from the company. All right?
Okay. Any other questions from our in presence?
Hi.
Audience.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Abigail Wilson, and I'm very pleased at the opportunity to share in this meeting. As you can hear from my voice, I'm a young member of the VM group, and I have a commendation and also a recommendation.
Sure.
I want to commend the group for the trajectory that it is on in terms of its expansion, very commendable. And a recommendation that I have is for the group to offer the opportunity for members to open a Euro account. A Euro account, because in the field that I work, I am aware of a large diaspora members in the EU, and so I think it is an opportunity for the group to look at in this regard.
Thank you for that. I think that's a good suggestion. We'll definitely be examining that and proceeding with it. Appreciate that.
And I wanted to add something real quickly.
Sure.
It's almost time, Courtney. But to our members and clients in the room and our members and clients online, just asking you, whenever you get that survey that comes to you that says, based on your recent experience, would you recommend the VM group to a friend or family member? We want to hear from you, because unlike other surveys sometimes that takes place in other institutions where persons may look or may not look, we look at those every single day. And when you give us your feedback, especially when you write out to us what are the things you love, we use that to commend, reward, recognize team members, right? And if you give us the feedback is a suggestion on how we can improve, similar to what you just did, then we place that in what we call the customer insights box, and we share that and take a decision on whether or not it's something that we can move forward with at this time. And if it's a complaint, we ensure that the matter is resolved for you, right? So it's given a ticket number and it's assigned for resolution, and we follow up and follow through to resolution, right? So I'm encouraging you. Your feedback is so critical. The reason we're here is because of you, right? You own this organization. And so your feedback is critical to the sustenance of the VM group. So I'm encouraging you, when you get that survey, please, we use it for decision making for you, right? So I'm encouraging you to participate, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think we should be announcing the winner of the question that you posed.
Yes, but
Denise.
where is that name? I'm looking at this. I'm not seeing it. Can you tell me who the winner of the question is? I know who won in the audience, but who is the winner?
The Zoom winner is there.
Oh, it's there. Okay, I don't have on my glasses. I'm trying to play cute here. So the winner is Kevin. What's the last name? Blair. Woo! Congratulations, Mr. Blair. Are you local or overseas? So if you're overseas, you have one for yourself, an Amazon gift voucher valued at $50. If you're here in Jamaica, you have the choice of a Mega Mart gift voucher, or what's the other gift voucher? We have a Mega Mart, and we have another gift voucher for you, right? Promise you, right? But you have definitely won a gift voucher or the Amazon. But thank you so much for taking the time to answer the question. We appreciate that.
Okay, I think there are one or two other questions. May I just see those? No?
I'm asking, what incentive do you have a veteran like me, right, who have spent years with you? I remember even in England, we used to walk and ask people to send their money home to VMBS and bank it here, because one day they'll be coming home and I remember one gentleman in the rain, because he used to join the Jamaica Society over there, and we used to talk about VM and encourage people, Jamaican people, to send your money home, bank it with VMBS. Don't buy these big expensive furnitures and this and then later on you find that you may have to go home to nothing. So save with VMBS. And I remember one gentleman we used to walk, because we used our Jamaican Society organization over there. And people like that, person of that caliber, that gentleman, nothing about him. And I believe that there are a lot of us out there who are really canvassing, right, for people to join VMBS.
And so, may I answer?
And I think that there should be some compensation or some consideration given to these people.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Coachman. So what I answer in two ways. One is that we have already, delivered lots of benefits to our members. We're doing that now through some of the things we discussed earlier, through the better interest rates, higher on savings, lower on mortgages, through the lower fees, and through, for many transactions, no fees, so that people actually do receive tangible benefits every day from doing business with VM. But we haven't stopped there. We are actually looking now at developing a really strong member rewards program to reward people for that loyalty. So going beyond the better interest rates, the low fees and the no fees. We're working on that. So please stay tuned. And it's not only about the business that you would have with the VM Building Society, but we also provide benefits for those who are clients of VM Wealth Management. Right? You're in VM Wealth, so you know that very well. And we're introducing other products in VM pensions management, you know, our approved retirement scheme, and so on, and the great rates offered by VM Money Transfer. All of those are benefits for doing business with VM. And as I said, we're not stopping there. We are working on developing a really attractive member awards program. All right?
Okay,
so thanks for your loyalty.
Yeah.
Great. All right, let me take these two final questions. Are the scholarship grants available to children at the primary level? Answer is no. It's for those who are studying at secondary and a few at the tertiary level.
Correct.
What benefits do the credit cards have over other credit cards in the market? Well, we have a very attractive reward. In addition to the lower interest rate that Peter Reed mentioned earlier, we have a very attractive, very flexible rewards program, right? That, you know, when we start to promote it, please access that information and apply for the VM credit card. All right? Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I'm going to ask Kerrigan if there's any closing comment you'd like to make as we wrap on this presentation based on some of the questions that you have asked, and perhaps just remind the members of the next steps and when they can expect this process to be concluded.
All right. Yeah. So the next step is that we will be launching our public notification media through various online, through the newspapers, publishing the notice of the meeting and making available further information to our members. We ask you to please support, whether it is online or if you have to attend in person. We're thinking about your safety also. To participate in the meeting on August 9th, the information will be available. You will receive your invitations online through email notification. And after that process, we will then advise you through a publication, again, of the outcome of the meeting, and then we will report to the court. So I'd like you to please save the date, August 9th, and we look forward to seeing you then and also hearing from you. And remember, you can participate online through our online platform, which will allow you not only to vote, but to ask questions. In addition, we will have satellite locations outside of Kingston. Those will be announced for members who would like to be at a location in order to participate in the meeting. So we will have our Kingston location and at least 3 locations outside of Kingston, and our online platform for those in Jamaica and those overseas who wish to participate.
All right, good.
Thank you very much, Kerrigan. Any closing comments from you, my partner,
Well,
Denise?
you know what? I'm just grateful, Courtney and Kerrigan, that our members and clients turned up for today's town hall. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your lives to be here today. The decisions we're taking today is for your financial well-being as well. We are here for you. And for me, right at this point in time, it's just thank you, and we appreciate you, all of you. Right? Those are my closing remarks.
Thank you, my co-host, Denise. And thank you very much, Kerrigan, for an excellent presentation. Thank you, members who accepted our invitation to be here, both in person and those online. We're so delighted about the fantastic turnout. Thank you very much, too, for your questions. Those were some excellent questions. And, you know, it shows a high level of engagement. It shows how committed people are to the VM group. Or, you know, it really delights us that you have joined this evening. Please remember the date, August 9th. But before then and after then, this is your VM. We are committed to providing excellent service. We are committed to listening to you and to responding to you and to respond to your needs. We are committed to to our purpose of empowering our members globally to achieve financial well-being. That's why we are here. Please tell us how we can help you better to achieve your financial well-being. We do that through financial education, and we do that through the products and services offered by the VM Group. Because indeed, whether you are here in Jamaica or overseas, we are here, all of us in VM. We call ourselves the caring experts. We are an expert and caring team, and we're all here to transform your every day. You know what? The only thing I'd ask you to do is to share with a family member, a friend, or a colleague your great experience with VM so that they too can join the VM family. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us this evening, and please continue to allow us to transform your everyday.
Safe travel. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to VM Wealth Client Portal. Here's how it works. Step 1. Navigate to the VMWM Client Portal registration page and select Register Here to begin the process. Step 2. Complete the registration by entering the relevant information in the fields requested. Step 3. Once the relevant fields have been completed, review and accept terms and conditions. Select the Register button to submit the information entered. An email will be sent to the indemnified email address on file at VM Wealth. Step 4. Access email and retrieve the email vmwealth-no-reply at myvmgroup.com to verify the email address and complete the registration process. Step 5. Click on the link in the email to validate your email address. The client will be redirected to the VM Wealth Client Portal. Step 6. Click on Back to sign in to gain access to the portal. Register now.
Ever wondered how much you're paying in fees? At VMBS, it's no or low. Monthly account maintenance fee, free. Multilink ABM transactions, free. In-store debit purchases, free. Dormant account charges, free. Cash or check deposit, free. Online banking transfers, free. So many more transactions, free. And if you ever wondered about that account you used to have at VMBS, well, once a member, always a member. If you had an account with us, you still do, and no fees are applied to your balance, so your money remains intact, perhaps even earning interest. At VM, your savings matters.